Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is Jimmy from Hermit Style Podcast. We got a dope episode today. Going to be talking about the New Jersey 1K and how we did over the weekend. If this is your first time tuning in, you can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcasting app. It is Friday, September 25th. Here we go.
Welcome to the Hermit Style Podcast. With your hosts, Jimmy Bacon and Mike Runchuti. Talking all about the Dragon Ball Super Card Game. Presented by Team TCG Mafia. And produced by Lobat.
All right, Mike, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just got back from New Jersey, and just got off from teaching, so that's all good.
Coming back to reality.
Yep.
We got a pretty cool episode today. We're gonna be talking about that event, how you guys did. It was you, Chris, and Trevor that went?
Yeah, me, Chris, and Trevor.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of controversy there, so we'll get on the topic a little bit. Starting us off, we got some names for the segments now. So we have news from the Lookout.
Ooh.
Yeah, news from the Lookout. So today they dropped the reveals for DraftBox. If you go on the Facebook page, the official Dragon Ball Super Card Game, you can check out all the new reveals for DraftBox that comes out in a month, I believe.
Yeah, November. No, I guess 2 months. I would say
2 months.
It's November. It's not I think it's mid-November.
Okay, yeah, so 6 weeks or so. What'd you think of the reveals?
New red bean. I guess it's cool, but it's not sensu bean.
Yeah, it's not bean though.
It's if it doesn't untap too, it's not sensu bean. I actually think that this is the first time they made the cards reasonable. This DraftBox, these cards don't seem broken in a sense how DraftBox 4 is dang, I gotta own all the war cries, I gotta own the Janimbas, I gotta own the draw apes, and then you got a Booney, Kaioken, Cocoon, so all the good cards from DraftBox. So this one seems more like it might fit your archetype. If it doesn't fit your archetype, you're not playing it. So I think that's good because now everybody's not going to be forced into buying this product, but it'll still sell out for them. So it's a win-win. Also, That blue card though with the Bardock on it and the Kakarot, oh my god, that card is busted and it's just a rare. They did that correctly because normally it's the SRs that are
right.
Oh my god,
that's how it was before.
This card, I don't know how many people have a Magic background, but whenever you can pay one, look at the top two, choose one, and then put one on the bottom of your deck, that's a good ability.
Yeah, it's got a lot of synergy with all the Bardock crew stuff too.
Yeah, it's free though because at the end of the turn you just untap the
energy. Right.
I said, oh, hold on. So you could play that in the baby deck coming up because baby always plays the cards from the bottom of the
anything.
deck. I'm playing in every blue deck,
right.
But there's some decks that it's gonna help their strategy even further. Because putting the big 5-drop baby on the bottom of your deck, so that way when you use the 4-drop Vegeta, which turns into a 3-drop with the field effect, you just know that baby's there, so you can get moving. I think it's a great card. Probably going to be one of the best cards. Pick up those foils.
Yeah, I also like the new Icarus is pretty sweet.
Oh,
super rare Icarus.
I don't like that it's Icarus, but either way.
I like that it's Icarus.
I don't like that. Because isn't the other one of it Higher Dragon or Ire Dragon, however you say it?
Well, yeah, that's what they call them. But.
So, I mean, if it's Icarus on this card and Ire Dragon on this
No,
one.
it's Ire Dragon.
Oh, it's Ire Dragon?
It's Ire Dragon.
Okay, all right. I thought
I just call it Icarus.
I mean, it is Icarus.
Who the hell knows what you're talking about when you say Higher Dragon?
Nobody knows. Things like a dragon looking for a job.
I like I don't know, they look cool. Like the SS3 Goku looks sweet, and he's a 5-drop, so he's got some synergy with that set 10 card, the 4-drop Goku.
Yeah, you can also play that to save the hopeful future.
Save a hopeful future,
to
right,
bring it out.
Right.
That's it. That might be worth playing. You have to see, obviously, if that deck's even playable at that point. But if it is, definitely a good card.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can get that off, removing the 2 markers can be pretty crazy too.
Oh yeah.
And Hirudegarn, I'm excited to see what other Hirudegarn comes out.
I do not like the art though. So
yeah, I mean.
It looks like he's sitting on an actual piece of shit. I'm confused on what's going on. And his face is
it looks like he's riding a dildo, bro.
Yeah, you see, it is veiny looking. So yeah.
If you have not seen this card, let us know what you think it is.
Either a turd or a dildo. Either one.
There's no other options.
Don't look like nothing else. And he's on it what am I doing here? He's got this face like he got caught, like being busted doing something.
I think he looks stoked.
Mm,
Riding the magic dildo.
not a
bro.
fan of that card. And it's green. Why is a Rudigon card green? I don't even want to get into that yet.
The toe is crazy. I think that's my favorite one.
The toe is
and
broken.
Yeah.
I say anytime I can play a unison for one, I'm like, I'm gonna check it out. Then when you add the part that it's a 20K for one, all right, this is busted. Like, there's no way 20Ks are supposed to be one drop. There's a one drop 20K. Put that in perspective. When we play the vanilla battle cards, they're 2 drops 20Ks. So
right.
This is a 1 drop 20K that pops cards. I said, this has got to be good.
Right. And I mean, it does have the setback of not being able to just automatically plus every turn. The +0 is choose one card in your hand and discard it. Choose the one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 3 or less, send it to its owner's warp. But as long as they have that, that is still a plus.
Yeah, and they're going to have that because
right.
Who doesn't have that in this game?
Yeah, I'm just saying it. People
Yeah.
can try and play around it, but if they're playing around it, I guess you've already gotten what you wanted.
As I say, if you're playing around this, you're not playing the game correctly.
Right.
So I'm good.
Yeah. So I like that card a lot. And having also there's a Demigra with Overrealm and Dark Overrealm.
Oh, yo, that card's
Either
broken.
way. Yeah, that's crazy.
I said I've never seen a card have both of those.
I never thought they would have done that.
And it's at the same cost. So it's like, it costs 2 to play it. So it's like, oh, I can Dark Overrealm it for 2, or I can Overrealm it for 2. What are we doing here?
He looks like a G, too, in the picture, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hands on fire. He's got jewelry all over him.
Warping cards left and right. I said,
Mhm.
oh, my God. This one right here, black staple.
Yeah. I mean, he only costs 2 energy. He's a 30K.
Mm-hmm.
And when it attacks, your opponent chooses one card in their hand and sends it to their warp. So
Look out for him in your Dark Broly decks in November.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. They have the red-blue extra card.
I'm out on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It has no synergy with Invoker, so I'm out.
Yeah.
And I don't get why it's red-blue and it's King Piccolo. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that was poorly done on their part.
Why don't you think it has synergy with Invoker?
Because when I read it, it says your leader card is red and you choose one red card in your hand and discard it, negate the battle card's counterattack. What battle card counterattack are you worried about in Invoker?
Yeah.
It's like, I've never been worried about anything. Like, you have one.
I mean, it'll stop Topo if you're going for. Well, no, because Victory Strike stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victory Strike stops all the same cards.
Yeah.
And you just catastrophic blow all the other ways you win. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, you're right. I assessed that card wrong.
It's all right.
But yeah, overall, I like them. I don't think it's anything crazy. I pre-ordered a case off of Game Nerds, and I'm happy. I was gonna pre-order 2 and forgot, and then they sold out. But if this is gonna be like the power level of the cards, I think I made the right choice at 1. I don't think I would have wanted 2 of this, but still early.
I pre-ordered 3 cases.
Woo!
You know, I get everything at cost though, so I'm
Right.
gonna make my money back. Somebody's gonna.
Right.
So if the cards aren't as powerful as we were hoping they were gonna be, even if I sell them at like 70% of what they go for originally, I'll make my money back. I'm not too pressed about it.
Yeah. Well, cool. And then I think the only other news to talk about is the announcement, and I don't think there's been an official announcement from Bandai yet, but on the Battle Evolution booster, I didn't even know about this till a couple hours ago. So Mike, you can talk about this.
Oh yeah, so they got the Battle Evolution booster coming out in March. It's pretty much taking the place of theme boosters because there is a theme to these cards, but it's also a reprint set. So it's like if you took DraftBox 4's reprint idea and mixed it with like Clash of Fates, like it's supposed to be a combination of 2 of those type of sets. The great thing about this product is outside of reprints, which we'll get to them because they list some of the reprints. But the great thing is that the cost on it is $58.50, which means it's substantially lower than what draft boxes were. So, this is a much more reasonable product to buy. And then it says, I'm going to give you guys a description. It says, aimed at powering up current decks. Like DraftBox, this release contains many generic cards useful to reinforce all deck types. Combined with current cards, this enables players to strengthen the themes they want and create new themed decks as well. This booster release is filled with highly desired new cards and essential reprints excellent for all players. 68 new cards. The reprints, it says reprint and new cards, all the pieces you need to fill up your deck. Contains highly requested reprints. These powerful and essential cards are everything returning players and new players need. Also includes SR reprints from DraftBox 4 and 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's spicy right there. Reprints from DraftBox, a lot of people on that secondary market were like, oh, these cards are never going to get reprinted for real.
Right.
or if they do, there'll be an anniversary box. So
Here they are.
You missed out if Warcry was the big one this year, right? Everybody got the reprint Warcry and the Topo, and they're like, oh, well, all the other ones shot up in price. Well, now they're not even safe, right? When you think about it, because they have this product coming out.
Are there any confirmed on there?
There are.
What are they?
Ribrian Punishing Passion, the SR, the Staple Green Discard 2. So you're going to be able to get those. SS Rose Goku Black, A Delicate Plan. For those who don't know what that is, it was one of the main cards in Green Hand Control before set 10.
Yeah, with the Piccolo Surge leader.
Yeah, it was Piccolo Surge lived off this card. It literally plays the 5-drop from Draft Box 4 and plays the 7-drop from set 3.
I love that card.
Yeah,
I played the hell out of that deck.
It's an amazing card. So getting it reprint is great for people because at one point that was a $20 rare. It is this rare is $20.
That package was ridiculously priced.
They're reprinting Bad Omen, Android 21 Bad Omen. I would have never thought I was going to reprint it, but they did say that this set is going to have Android 21 support. Android 21 is a fan favorite, and they also have a Tien Shan leader coming out, which they make sure they tell us.
I'm pumped on that.
They make sure they told us Tien Shan makes his debut, so we'll see what Tien's bringing.
I actually wish though it was Tien from Super.
Oh yeah,
something to do with his dojo.
Yeah,
that episode was so. I need cards from that episode.
That was a good episode, and then just the fact that it would be another Universe 7 leader. Which would be great.
Oh, yeah.
I love that tag on cards, Universe 7.
But I won't complain. I like Tien a lot, so he's up on my list.
And they said it's going to be 12 new SRs and then 4 reprint SRs, so 16 total SRs. So we know one of the SR reprints from Draft Box is Ribrian. We don't know the Draft Box 4 one, which should be interesting to see what it is, what reprint it is, SR. And then...
if you had to pick one, what are you going with?
Fuse Deity Zamasu because they've printed SS Rose Goku Black Delicate Plan. So it would lead me to believe they would reprint the Zamasu that also came out at the same time with it.
I like that. That would probably be my choice, but I'll do something different for so we don't say the same thing. I will go with Exploiting Weakness.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that because I've been a proud owner of Exploiting Weakness since the day it came out. And
my pick is pure greed because I've never been a proud owner. I sold one when it first dropped for nothing close to what I could have sold it for.
Yeah, see, that card is always between $60 and $100.
Yeah, I think I made like $30.
You don't even see people playing it at $60, $100 because it's just such a powerful card that if the time ever comes, you got to have it. And there's going to be an SCR. I was like, oh, that's great. There's an SCR in here. So... And it says
the SCR it's a new SCR though, right? Not a reprint.
Yeah, it's a new SCR. Brandon, it's just a surprising card for an SCR that fans can't miss. I'm hoping for Android 17 winning SCR. Him winning TOP, because the Androids are on the cover of this.
Is there anything else from TOP in there though?
Nothing that they told us. No.
But I guess SCR is usually off-brand from the set, isn't it?
It is normally.
I'm trying to think.
A lot of SCRs lately have been coming from Dragon Ball Heroes, which. A lot of people don't like Dragon Ball Heroes because
I don't like Dragon Ball Heroes.
I personally love Dragon Ball Heroes.
I think it's trash.
The anime is sketchy.
It's terrible.
I will admit it's low quality, but it's free and it's hey, I take it. But the game I thought was amazing, like the Japanese arcade Dragon Ball Heroes.
Oh, see, I've never played the game.
Yeah, I have it on the Switch, and I played it a whole lot, man. And it's a lot of characters, a lot of cool things that we wish we would have saw that we never get to see. So
I still might play it.
You should.
I might have bought it actually. I went through a phase where I bought like every Switch game when it went on sale.
Yeah.
And then we started playing Warzone. And I have not picked up my Switch in over 4 months.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't have it, man, you should get it. It's a fun game. That's how I knew all about Xenocell, Xenocell, not Xenocell. Xeno is the little blue. Xenocell. That's how I knew all about it. I was like, yo, this guy is sweet. And now Xenocell is he got the SCR. He got the broken SR from set 10 that I had no idea was as good as it was till recently.
Oh, it's nuts, bro.
So, it's definitely cool to look out for.
Yeah. So I guess before we move on to our next part of the cast here, with these new SRs coming, I think the only other thing to point out is if you are someone who is only playing on Untap, or you are not playing competitively, but you own some of these draft box cards and you want to get your money's worth, sell now. Yeah. Because most people do not know about this booster. I did not know about it. I just knew about it because Mike had looked at the distributor site, and I was like, oh, no way. We got to talk about this. But now's the time to cash in on those cards before everyone knows they're getting reprinted. Because within the next month, it'll drop some. And then when it gets close to March, they're going to plummet.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And the thing is, like, you never know, like, what more might get reprinted. Like they said, there's more. What if they just reprint all the money cards?
Yeah.
Like, then you're just like, oh, my God, I just lost all this money.
Honestly, people do shit on Bandai a lot. And I think a lot of times it's warranted. Sometimes it's not. But they do listen to what we say, and they do make changes to the game. Like if anyone is like an OG, has been playing since set 1, you can remember they were not quick to make updates or like change, do errata ban, make updates to the game, like anything. And they received a lot of negative feedback. If you remember Storm, that was around for way too long, and it was just terrible. I quit the game while Storm was around. But since then, they've been very quick to update things. I mean, think about the Gex and the U3 ban. I mean, that was like out of nowhere.
It was not. It was
not out of nowhere, but for Bandai.
Yeah,
it just came out like a rant. Like it's just like boom, here it is. Like we heard you. We're making the change.
The preemptive ban of Android
exactly.
21.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely this is a step in the right direction. I do imagine a lot of these cars that we hold on to and because they're a bunch of money. I think a lot of them are about to get reprinted. Ribrianne being a $75 card was not okay because that card was mandatory for every green deck.
Exactly.
Unlike the Ape. I mean, the Ape even got the reprint, like the event pack Ape.
Right.
But that card isn't mandatory. It feels mandatory because you're like, man, I want to play this card. I want to compete. Sure. There's workarounds. When you play green hand control, there is no workaround for Ribrianne. Either you're playing Ribrianne or you're not playing the deck. There's just no reason. So it's one of those things. I think they're going to give people the cards that they need. Just like Fused Deity Zamasu, there's the counter play Frieza. You play that card and you do nothing with it in most decks if you don't have that card.
Exactly.
That card gives that card a purpose.
Oh, it's so good. And
it's like, so I just imagine we'll see the cards that people want. I would love to see a Booney get a reprint, to be honest. I just bought 4 Boonies from Shadu Puvin, the guy who sells out of Canada. Good deal on them, but I would love to just see a reprint on a Boonie because so many people don't have it. Because this card's been anywhere from $50 to $68 for the last 2 months.
Yeah. I know. I'm mad I never picked up my 4th one. I've always hated a Boonie as a card. I thought, I think for a while it was pretty terrible, to be honest. But
I didn't think it was good during Surge format, even though people were playing it in Surge Goku, Tricolor Surge Goku, as like a 2 of and 2 on the side. It wasn't very good because they were playing it on turn 4. But like now,
on turn 3. Pretty good.
I'm talking about before it was on turn 4.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Now on turn 3.
Yeah, on turn 3, now it's very reasonable. 3 energy, 4 bodies. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's very answerable. People act like there's no answers to it. It's very answerable.
There's definitely answers.
So, I mean, it is what it is. It's not, I think it's way overhyped. I think it's a great card. I would certainly run it right now, but there's way too much hype behind it. It doesn't deserve a ban. Like it
didn't deserve the ban. Everybody talked about it at all.
No.
At all.
But yeah, so that's exciting that's coming out. And if, like I said, if you want to, like, I'm holding all my cards. I'm not going to sell any of my play sets because I'm just stingy and I don't need to. But if you aren't like a collector, like I love collecting, I like to hold a lot of cards. But if you aren't like that and you're just trying to get value, now sell those cards. Get rid of them.
And for the collectors, though, they made it good for you because all the reprints are alt art. So if you're like really into collecting and you like those characters, you got new arts to get. So I think it's worth it.
For sure. Cool. Well, for news, the last thing to talk about is just upcoming events. We've got pre-release next weekend.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Yep.
Got to get that Gohan Piccolo leader, They don't look as good as the Goku Black Unison leader combo from last time. It doesn't look as good as those, but it definitely looks good, though. And it might be more playable Unison than the Goku Black, because that Goku Black was terrible. So
yeah.
I am stoked to mess around with the pre-release leader and Unison card.
Yeah, I honestly haven't done a whole lot of digging into the new set. There's just a lot to prepare for, aside from this finals online tournament. But right now with my work, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to attend. So that's kind of up in the air for me. So I'm not even putting a whole lot of time into it. So I'm really planning on diving into that set when I have physical cards because I hate playing with proxies. But I know you dove a lot deeper into it. I'm pretty surface level. So do you have any tips for pre-release?
Oh yeah,
Quick tips. We'll probably go into it more next week. We'll try and put on an episode before the tournaments, but just now, if you're trying to prepare, what do you think they should be looking at?
if you're playing in the tournaments, I think the best strategy or like best leader to play is definitely SS4 Vegeta. You just get all your blue cards, put them together, and just.
Okay, I'm glad I'm on the same page because I don't know much about it, but that's who I would want.
Yeah, SS4 Vegeta it has the most upside and limited to me, like a limited format. Like I was like, oh man, this is crazy because the SRs are good, the rares are good. That Goku, the 7-drop SS4 Goku, in limited is going to be insane. It's almost no way to remove it, and it's going to eat 2 energy on the turn you play it and continuously eat energy from them. So you want to play SS4 Vegeta in your pre-release tournaments. And then for cards to pick up the blue cards. Both blue leaders are going to be meta decks. A lot of other colors, you don't know which leader is going to be the meta deck, so you could end up, wasting trades or money however you acquire your cards. Because like let's say that Garlic Jr. is the good yellow leader from the set, and you wanted to get Gohan, and so you pick up all the Gohan stuff. But then it's useless. You just wasted trading your Garlic Jr. cards for those cards or whatever you trade for them because the deck's useless. So I would wait to pick up on all the other colors. Get your leaders. Sure, those are free. People just give them to each other. Like it's just leader cards.
Right, yeah.
But like the SRs from all the other ones, I'd wait on.
Or like stamped cards.
Yeah, I say, trade all stamp cards.
Yeah.
The stamp market lately has not been very good.
It's funny if you wait a little bit and go on TCG Player, like wait for like a buyout, like if you're quick on it and you see a buyout happening, look at the stamped because people just forget. I think the most recent that I did with that was on like skillless cards.
Yeah.
I was wanting some of the red skillless cards and some of the black ones. And when I looked, literally every stamp card was almost 50% less.
Yeah. They say the market
foil.
on just people aren't buying them out. I guess I don't know. I'm not.
You forget because on TCG you forget sometimes because sometimes it doesn't come up right, or like you'll just search the card and just pull the card up, but you'll just pull up parallel foils. I think people forget you have to go to a different page. Actually, you have to go out of your way, to look for it.
So I say if you get any stamps and like just trade them to people who want them, like people who are desiring stamps, trade them because the market for stamps crashed. Because when stamps first came out, the market was very high.
Oh, yeah.
I remember getting like 1-drop Khalifas, the yellow ones, getting them stamped. I was like, oh, my God. I was getting $20 to $30 from everybody for them. I haven't got $20 to $30 for a single stamp card in so long.
Oh, yeah.
So I get rid of all my stamps now. I'm not even concerned about stamps.
Yeah. I just hold on to ones I like and get rid of the rest. But, yeah. So if you're playing pre-release, good luck. Next episode, sometime next week, we are going to drop our top 5 cards from the new set. So we'll talk about kind of where we think the format's going to go, our favorite cards, what decks we're going to be trying out, and some different strategies if we're playing in pre-releases that we're going to shoot for and cards we're looking out for. So that'll be a good episode next week. But let's get into the main topic of the week, which is the New Jersey 1K. So...
Yeah, what an event.
Yeah. This is where the podcast gets sad, I guess.
Yeah. Cue the sad music.
Yeah.
But so, me, Trevor, and Chris went up there. High expectations. The expectations were not met on our part and the TO's part. This is we go up there expecting a 60-round standard tournament, 60-minute rounds. We didn't think full capacity would be met. We were hopeful. We got 56 people to show up, so we're like, this is going to be a good turn. Then they announced 50-minute rounds, 15 minutes before starting. And mind you, it started at 12:48, but start time was supposed to be at 12. So we're waiting around doing a whole lot of nothing. Everybody's getting angry. And then, 50-minute rounds. We're like, 50-minute rounds? Like, why would you do that? Nobody understood why they did that. So that screwed a lot of people. I would get into how that screwed people. But I want to tell you guys about how it started off. Like, they had us sitting outside. And this was in Jersey, Newark, Jersey, on the cold weekend. It was legit, like, the feels like was 51 degrees. Oh. The temperature was 57, but the feels like was 51. People are out there, like, traveling because they don't know what New Jersey's weather's like, but they know that it's, like, reasonable because it's still September. There's people out there in shorts and shirts.
Wasn't Chris?
Huh? Chris did have no jacket. but he had jeans. So, he was cold. My ears were cold. I didn't like that. I had a hoodie on, but my ears were cold. It just wasn't good, man. Like, people were out there freezing. And then, so, like, we start playing outside. I'm outside. Me, Chris, Trevor, all outside round one, figures, right? We're outside. I'm sitting next to my friend Amani. You guys probably know him. He's on Mac Rarity Gaming. He's a big-time player. We're sitting there talking while playing. And here comes this dog. Just runs out towards the fence. Oh, my God. There's dogs out here. And this fence is low. It's a chain fence, and it's low. Like, this is one of those fences that you can sit on. So I was nervous this dog was going to hop over the fence and get us. It just, round one started off rough. I won round one, but round one started off rough with all that going on. And then.
Just to remind everyone, because people tuning in might not have heard you talk about your deck last week. So just tell us a little bit about the deck.
I played Red Bulma, right? And it was, you guys probably seen from the top 16, the guy who played the 16th place Bulma player versus the first place Sin Shinron player. My Bulma list was not like that. That Bulma list was designed to stall the game out, and it was terrible. I could win the game in a reasonable amount of speed. I played Fearless Pan to give my large board double strike and go for a game. I played Mysterious Shrouded Fu at 2 of it. As a 2 of in my deck. So I could Fu somebody, combo a bunch of cards, fill up for the next Fu, and be fine. I do need time if I go to game 3. And I went to game 3 because I played a bunch of high-quality players. Because this tournament was filled with players who were quality players. Quality commentators, quality players. It was great, like, in that aspect.
It had the setup for a great event.
Yeah, it was a recipe for a great time for everybody. Miguel was on the mic. I like Miguel a lot. He's from El Topo Loco. He does a great job. And then we had like Sam Martinez, Amani, Eric Goodwin was there. Who else was there? Oh, the Hill Twins, Daryl, and all the DMV boys. It was just so many guys. A lot of Lippis players were there. It was a lot of large, big-name players there. So I expected it to be a good time, and it was. And a lot of good decks that were on being shown. But that 50-minute round messed everything up. Like, because you're taking 10
Would you have played Bulma if you knew it was 50-minute round?
No, I would have played Gotenks if I knew it was going to be 50-minute rounds. Yeah. There's no way I'm playing Bulma with 50 minutes. So that screwed me over. And I don't bring extra cards with me to events anymore because if I bring them, I know that I'm going to mess up my deck the night before. So I was screwed from the beginning. So I went round 1 outside in the cold. That sucked. Next round, I'm at table 1 versus Nick Green, the Bulma player that made top 16. They kick us off table 1 because that's the stream table for Amani to play Daniel, play Gotenks versus Invoker. They drew. And, that's not a match that normally draws, so that's how you already know.
Yeah, I watched that.
This time thing is going to be an issue. I mean, we ended round 1. I think it was 9 draws after round 1. And then
if they were so worried about time, just do what everyone else has done and make the event best of 1 and cut time down. Because who wants to play best of 3 50 minutes?
Nobody. So this is my complaint right here, right? And I don't like to complain. I don't want to like throw shade or anything, but they weren't worried about time. If you're worried about time, why are we starting 58 minutes late? That makes no sense. You're worried about time, but you're starting late, and they still tried to include a lunch break. And you're worried about time. There's no way you were actually worried about time. They used the app called MTG Companion, which I have on my phone. And that's how they did the pairings, and that's also how they did the timer. The timer on that app, though, is only 50 minutes or unlimited. So being lazy, the store owner, with the timing, he just hit 50 minutes. That's how he was doing it.
Yeah, that's absurd. I do what you want to do as a TO. If you tell everyone, hey, this is what it's going to be, then that's what it's going to be. And if you decide to go to that tournament, that's on you because you accepted the rule set. But to go to a tournament not knowing, and then for them to deviate from the norm and what the standard is for Dragon Ball and do something completely, entirely different, and we'll get into the even worse decisions that were made in that tournament by the TO later. Yeah. Because this, believe it or not, was not the worst.
That was not their worst decision, actually.
No, not their worst. But that's just not fair to any player, especially when you're advertising this event for players to travel to.
Yeah, so they had a lot of people travel.
I saw a lot of people defending the store, but I noticed it was their locals.
Yeah.
Anyone who traveled to that event, no one is defending that store. Almost everyone I've seen that traveled to it is saying they would never go back.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever go back again unless I happen to be in the area. I wouldn't make time out the weekend because I went to Atlantic City for the weekend to have a good time with my girlfriend and friends, and then we just went to go play Dragon Ball on Saturday. So I had a good trip overall, but I would not do that trip just for that ever again.
For us, Atlantic City is 6 hours.
6 hours, and Newark is hour and 40 away. So, 7 hours, 40
8
minutes.
hours of driving.
Yeah. So it's just not good.
Yeah.
So round 2, I played Nick Green. He wins game 1. His Bulma deck is the most defensive thing I've ever seen in my life. So he wins game 1. We side. I beat him game 2. He says he makes a misplay. I'm like, sure. Everybody always says that, right? Nobody ever wants to admit good game. You just beat me, sure.
Right.
But so we go to game 3, and time is called on turn 3. Figures. So, nobody wins. It's a draw. I like Nick. I know Nick from Pokemon community, so it's cool. Next round, I have to play Anthony Tavares, I believe his name is. He's Anthony Hernandez's cousin.
Jonathan, I think.
Jonathan Tavares. There you go. Jonathan Tavares. Cool guy. He was playing Vegito. I was playing Bulma. Game 1, he opened the nuts. I mean, like, when I say the nuts, I mean the actual.
Oh, he had, the perfect curve. Because Vegito has a lot of mandatory. You need, the Zeno on play. You need the blocker on curve. You need the Obuni. Yeah. That's 3 mandatory cards you need to open. He had everything. And he had 2 Obunis.
2 Obunis and a God-Sealing Trunks. I said, this guy is broken. And he
had a Royal Flush.
He had the Royal Flush. There's no way I could beat this guy this game. Game 2 comes. I beat him.
Think about it. Those blue decks, it's kind of like poker.
Yeah, it is. It's got to all come together, right?
Right.
So, he had game 1. I beat him game 2. Game 3 was close. We almost finished in time. We did not. If I would have drew Fearless Pan on turn 3, I would have won. Or if I had one more turn, I just would have won. Either way, didn't win. It's a draw. So now I'm sitting at 102. I'm like, oh, my God. But I'm not the only 102 in the room. There is 14 of us.
Yo, that's more draws than the ARG with tricolor in the format with triple the amount of people.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I'm
talking set 1 days when it was impossible to finish games.
14 102s. I mean,
that's insane.
It's insane. I'm like, oh my God. And it's 6 rounds, but they advertise 6 rounds or undefeated. At the end of round 3, there was only 4 undefeateds though. This math is wrong for a 56-man tournament right here because this is how many draws are happening, right? So, okay. Next round 4 starts. It's me versus Chris who came up with me. Me and Chris, close friends. We know each other forever. I always call Chris my best friend. I don't really like that title because I'm a guy. But, Chris, best friend, can always depend on him for anything and just know each other forever. So, we're both playing Bulma. Granted, both our deck lists are very similar. We made the deck together. I did a lot of the testing for him. I walked him through the matchups that he didn't know anything about yet. So, he knew what he was doing. I won game 1, hit him with the double Mysterious Shrouded Food, turn 6, turn 7.
Ooh, I did not hear about this.
Yeah, he was like, oh, man.
Wow.
I had a big board. I played Fu, and then I attacked, comboed off the garbage cards, still sitting at 4 life. And I know Bulma can't kill you on 6 energy if it can't Fu or Fearless Fan. And then, so, I have 8 in there.
Wow.
I go attack. He goes Topo. I knew he was going to Topo me. I attack with another card. Discard 2. Then I play Mysterious Shroud Fu and kill him.
Wow.
He was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Man, that's insane. Bulma just literally draws that many cards. You can go back-to-back Fu.
Yeah, back-to-back is pretty easy in that deck. It's actually probably happens 1 every 5 games. So, it happens a lot.
That's crazy. You've never done it twice in a game.
No, but you can. If you want to do it, you just have to.
I just haven't seen it. I just haven't seen it.
It's one of those things where you identify how you're winning, and a lot of times if I draw Fearless Pan early, I just say I'm gonna win with Fearless Pan. I take that route instead of saying, oh, let me look for the second Fu, because I don't know, Fearless Pan is pretty much game most of the time.
Yeah.
So game 3 starts with 4.5 minutes on the clock, pretty much, and me and Chris look at each other, and we know there's only 4 undefeateds at this point. And then I even hear somebody from inside the, shop. It's the house. It looks like a house, but it's a shop. The shop house. I hear.
Yeah, I knew the commentators were in a basement, and I was just like, okay.
It was pretty. It was pretty cool. It had that oh, I'm grinding games out at the house type feel to it. It was dope. I liked it actually. I hear someone say, oh, they're gonna draw. They just started game 3, so that's one of the undefeateds they're talking about right there. One of the undefeated tables. So they're gonna draw. And then Cam, cool guy, I say that's my friend. He's playing Shenron. He actually beats his opponent, so he's the only undefeated left. So me and Chris have to play for the win. So we just start turning our Bulmas sideways from turn 1. I combo 3 Nappas into play. We're just getting in there sideways. It's definitely not a real game of Dragon Ball. Turn 6 hits, he draws the Fu. It's game. So He finishes 2:02. I finish 1:12.
That is impressive that you guys finished though.
Yeah, it was very impressive, and that's my point, right? Like, no, we weren't playing slow. This tournament just needed 10 more minutes. Me and him were both playing the same slow deck, able to finish games against each other, and then also getting game 3 every time we had a draw. We always went to game 3 and had turns in game 3. So I mean, it's cool. So they figure out, they're like, oh man, there's no more rounds. Because there's only one defeated left. And a couple guys are like, no, one more round. I want to try to make top cut, blah, blah, blah. You know, people always want to make top cut. I don't blame them. So me, Chris are waiting around, and they're like, yeah, it's going to be top 8, you know. So we leave.
You leave because Chris was in top 16.
Chris was in top 16. Yes, Chris was in 12th place.
12th place, okay.
12th place at 2:02 also, mind you. This is insane.
2 wins.
2 wins. 2:02, he's in 12th place. So we leave. We get in the car. We make it about like 20 minutes down the road. This is New Jersey, New York area, the tri-state area. So like that's really not that far. 20 minutes in traffic on a Saturday.
Yeah, just good luck making a left turn to get back though.
Yeah, absolutely. We get a message from Miguel, and he's like, "You made top 16." And Chris is like, "Yeah, but it's top 8." He's like,
yeah,
no.
I know. I looked at the standings.
And it's prize is only for top 8. So we're like, yeah. And he's like, oh no, top 16 is playing it out. Nobody understands how top 16 got to playing it out. I was told by other people who were there, I'm not going to out them who they were, but they said that top 16 played it out. Top 16, it cut the top 16 instead of top 8 simply because people were upset that it ended at round 4 instead of round 5 or round 6, like they promoted. That's a bad move for a TO.
That's
You do not do that because you just screwed over everybody who was 9 through 16 if they left, because why would they stay?
right.
It's COVID. Nobody's just going to stand around just to stand around.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, nobody wants to mask over their face. Because we ought to wear masks. I mean, they were taking provision, but nobody wants to sit around with a mask on their face just to watch people play Dragon Ball. That's not what we want to do. So we left. So Chris got screwed out of top 16. He made it and didn't get to play. So,
I mean, that's just such crap, man.
Yeah.
Like, you drive 8 hours to play in this tournament. Mm-hmm. They changed the rules at the start. You're playing a deck that you would not have played on that rule set. You still move through all that BS, get to top 16. They say, oh, it's top 8. Okay, cool. I didn't make it. I'll leave. Then I could have made it.
Yeah.
After I'm half an hour away.
It's bad feels. I offered Chris to go back. He didn't want to go back. He was like, nah. He said, we'll just go hang out because, he was there with his fiance, my girl. He's like, let's just go have a good time. It was early enough in the day that we could get back to Atlantic City, eat
and
dinner.
how far is Atlantic City? How far is that?
Hour 40.
Okay.
Early enough. Like, it's like 5:12. We get back before 7.
Yeah, okay.
I get lost, so we don't get back before 7.
Okay.
But that
seems right.
That's a whole nother story. So we're, he's like, nah, we'll just forget it. And that right there sounds like the worst mistake, right? Making it top 16 instead of top 8. It wasn't. The worst mistake was the top 16 match. On camera was first place Sin Shinron versus Bulma. The game started at 5:12 and ended at 8:49. So these people who are so concerned about time, right? Like time constraints, they decide to let Top Cut be unlimited time. That's not how Dragon Ball works at all, actually.
Insane.
I mean, there have been tournaments we had where they said there's no time in Top Cut, but most of the time there is time in Top Cut. So you remove the time constraint in Top Cut, and then it's Sin Shinron versus this is horrible. I mean, it's I forget what Hill Twins commentating with Miguel, but this is the crazy part, right? The Hill Twins both made top 16 and played their matches,
and we're commentating,
and then they came and commentated game 2 and game 3. That's how long this took. This was obnoxious.
Terrible.
I was watching it on stream while driving, and I was like, he's making the deck look bad, and now no one's going to respect Bulma at all. It was bad. I'm not going to get into the gameplay stuff that was going on, but we'll say that for a tournament, that was about as bad as you can get. That match was like pretty much summed up how it went. It was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like, I like Miguel and the El Topo Loco guys, that team, up and coming team. I like them a lot. I'm always asking them, hey, bro, I need a hoodie. Because they got the sweet, like, Topo with the sombreros on. That's so sweet to me.
Oh, it is pretty sweet.
So I'm like, I like them a lot. And they're cool people, man. And I say, come to find out, they didn't throw the tournament. It's actually just the locals they go to.
Right.
So
right.
Everybody thought that it was their tournament.
Yeah, I know, because I saw people trying to throw shade on him, and he was like, "Yo, I just talked into a mic, bro."
He was just trying to get people to come out and have a good time during COVID, and I can respect that.
Yeah, for sure,
and
for sure.
If it was his tournament, I would have been like, "Hey, man, you messed up on this," but it wasn't his tournament. He didn't mess up.
No.
The TO messed up. The shop owner messed up. He was just a commentator, so he caught a lot of bad press on Facebook this week, but it wasn't his fault. But I did notice something when I was there, because this tournament was super hyped up by him and just by people who went to the first one they had back in August. Everybody said they had a great time, blah, 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 blah. But those people saying that, these big name players, they didn't show up for the second one, which led me to believe, once I was there, that something was wrong.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about 1K in prizing. Oh, let me tell you
another mess up. Another mess up.
Yeah. So it's 1K, right? When someone says 1K, you're thinking it's a cash prizing, right? Because that's why you advertise.
And you're also thinking it's $1,000.
Yes. No, it was not a 1K, actually. It was 1K in store credit. And we all know store credit is infinite at stores, actually. Like, the way stores operate, store credit is actually an infinite thing to them. Because when people pay a actual dollar amount, and they say, "Oh, we'll give you this store credit," well, the store credit works off cost. So, like, everything there, you're getting at cost. So they sold everything at over 100% retail pretty much that day. That's how that's how store owners view store credit with buying off of tournament entries. It's a busted thing. That's why a lot of people's stores do it. It's like store credit works in their favor by a large margin. They switched it to store credit. It wasn't cash, which was like, damn. I was like, but whatever though. Sucks. But hey, man, I'm here to play. Let's get it. But then they said there's a cash option, but you lose 80% of it.
Insane.
So if I won $500, I lose 80% of $500?
No, I thought you lose 20%, right?
No, you only get 20% of it.
Wow. I did not know that until right now.
Yeah.
That's blowing. I'm speechless.
They said you get 20% of whatever you win in cash.
Oh, my God.
So that's insane.
That's like almost criminal.
56 times 30? 35? I don't remember what it was. It's a lot of money.
Fee?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
We'll go here. We got calculators, man. It's 2020. Hang on. So we got 56 people. We'll go with the lower times 30. That is $1,680.
And they were going to give out times it by 0.2.
$336 cash. Now, if we take 56 times 30 minus that, what was it? 332?
Mm-hmm.
That means they could not lose $1,348 in profit that day. They said this tournament has to be at least worth $1,300 or we're not doing it.
Insane. So,
this guy must be driving a Benz, bro.
I don't know what he's driving, man. I said, this is craziness, though. And I said, I throw a tournament down here. Like, I throw a case tournament, and...
Yeah, Virginia Beach Comic Kings.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, my name is attached to it. I promote it. Everybody knows that. Like, I make sure if things go wrong, I fix it. It's not on the store, it's on me. That right there, as somebody who runs tournaments that are the same size, that's horrible. I would never do that to somebody. And that store owner, granted, it is New Jersey, New York, that area, so they do shady things up there. City people.
Whoa.
Those big,
man, I'm from Philly.
Those big city slickers, But hey, I just I can't imagine doing that to somebody and going to sleep that night.
Yeah, that's insane. That really is insane. Like, I just don't even... I have no words. Like, I can't even comprehend why they would have even done that. And even if you want to run a tournament that way, right? Like, if that's what you want to do, be upfront about it.
Yeah, don't hit me after
Put it out
right
there.
Here. I didn't drove from Virginia all the way up here, and this is what you're gonna do to me? I mean, and in everybody's deck profile, they're like, "Yeah, I'm never coming back."
Yeah, everybody.
It's crazy. Nobody wants to come back. You have now, it doesn't hurt your business because you're like a local in New Jersey, New York area, right? But it hurts you as a TO. Nobody wants to show up to any tournament you're going to throw.
Well, it does hurt their business too. Because, I mean, if you can run a tournament like this every 3 months.
Oh, they were running them every month.
Okay, every month. If you can pull in 50 players every month.
Yeah.
Once a month, that's a huge boost to your bottom line.
You're right. I shouldn't say it does hurt. It does not impact if they stay open or not type hurt.
No, it doesn't. But it impacts their success.
Yeah, absolutely. It does impact their success. And that's the thing. Like, why would you do that?
And your reputation. Why would you want a reputation like that?
Now nobody wants to go to computer gaming and science universe or whatever it was called.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Like, nobody wants to go there now.
Yeah. That was the first red flag, probably, is the name.
We got lost trying to get there. We could not, because it literally looks like a house. Like, it was crazy. Like, we're like walking. We're like, where's this thing at? It's a little
Maybe it's not real. Maybe it's just some guy that liked to get promos.
Oh.
You know? So he just got a fake tax ID, got in there with the promos, and then he was like, hang on. I can run tournaments out of this.
He got him a little L.
And I can make $1,348.
That's funny. You might have got him a little LLC going, you know? I think about doing it myself these days, those tax breaks.
Hey. I've got the house for it.
Oh, we might have to run it up one of these days. But,
collab.
You know, they have, the one good thing that did come from it, I will say, is they inspired me to want to do a 1K. So, like,
nice.
Now I'm looking.
So, do we have a 1K in the future here in Virginia Beach?
We do, actually. Or maybe Hampton Roads. I won't say Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Because I don't think that Comet Kings can facilitate the space for a 1K.
Okay.
So, I'm looking into places right now where I could have a 1K. So, you know, I know no announcements yet for it, but they made me want to have one to show how it should be done correctly. Trevor's got the stream set up and everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we can do it. I don't want to do it how they did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man, because like we said, it had all of the markings to just be a great event. You have all the homies are there, the team's going up, like you, Chris, and Trevor. Everyone's stoked. You guys are playing cool decks. You both are playing a Bulma deck that most people weren't on. They're on different versions of it. Trevor's coming up with cooler.
Oh, let's get in. Oh, hold on. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, we got to address this. Trevor played cooler.
Don't be too hard on my man.
No, not going to be hard, Trevor. That's my boy. I love Trevor to death. I said that Trevor should not play cooler. If you listen to the first podcast, Jimmy said that he likes the idea of, catch people off guard.
Hold on. Okay. I don't want to be put in the boat that I said it was a good idea, though.
Oh, okay. It was a fine idea.
But I understood the strategy.
Okay. That's fine. We'll accept that. Trevor goes in. He wins round one. I'm like, oh, shit. Here we go, Trev. Me, Chris, and Trevor all won round one. I was like, this is going to be a good day.
Mm-hmm. That always feels good.
Trevor loses to Kidku. Mind you, in round two, we talked about Kidku beforehand. We said, hey, how's your matchup against Kidku? He goes, that's free. It was not free.
Do I have to cue the sad music a second time?
No. We ain't gonna hit him with that.
Okay.
But, he said the game was close. He lost to AOD, which that's unfortunate. His deck did have a bad matchup against AOD, and he was just expecting people not to play it. But
that's fair.
And he only lost in game 3 by 5K, which I have not said that in a long time. That I've lost a game by 5K.
Yeah.
Because the game just doesn't
Combo
work.
power isn't as significant as it was. It's like 1 through 4.
Yeah, it's 5. Combo power used to be a huge thing. Now it's like, you never get blown out. You're like, this person just beat by like 15, 25K. Like, sure.
Or pre-Bibbidi Errata, like
120.
120.
So, it was cool to hear him say that. It just wasn't cool to hear him be on the losing side of that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It sucks.
And then he lost to Vegito, I think. It is what it is. Yeah. How you beat the Unison.
Tough run.
Can't mill the Unison out, right? That's how it works?
He's got balls for bringing that deck, though.
Oh, absolutely. I say, and now he's working on some new stuff. He was playing that Broly swap yesterday with us, testing for set 11.
Oh, how was that? I wasn't able to play yesterday.
All right. We're getting off topic here, but I feel like we can bring this up.
That's okay.
We got time?
We always have time. It's our podcast.
That's true. It is our podcast.
If you guys have been listening with us for 48 minutes, thank you. I'm going to assume that it's okay that we talk about something for 5 more minutes.
All right. This Broly swap deck is probably the next broken deck. All right. I wasn't expecting that. When you look at it on paper, like I say paper.
Hold on for a second. Usually the words out of Mike's mouth are, that shit's trash.
Absolutely. That's
almost every deck.
That's like my quote is that shit's trash. But I looked at those cards and said that shit's trash actually like 3 weeks ago. When they showed it, I said this shit's trash. Now I know, looking at it like played out, there's one part I don't get about it, but that part doesn't matter. It's very quick, man. I've never seen a deck move like that. That was red. It is the fastest red deck in the game. We're talking Awakening turn 2. The leader has crit the whole game. I don't know. Like, this leader just has crit. Why does the leader have crit the whole game? Makes zero sense. I mean, they have like a 5-drop, maybe a 6-drop on turn 2 on the board. Why do they have that on the board? Like, it's like they go 1, 3, 4, 5, all on turn 2. And they got like blockers and other little raggedy cards sitting on the board just for combo power.
That sounds crazy.
I was impressed. I mean, it's quick. So like if they go first, which is crazy because they can search their field spell. And their field spell is wild. Planet Vampa, some people hate it. I don't know why you would hate that card. Says take a life. Look at top 7. Play a Broly, Ba, Paragus, or Golemite. That's 5K or lower. So that gets your.
Hang on. So is that on play or is that every turn you can do
every
that?
Turn you can do that.
So after you pay that one, he's going to free play it for the rest of the game.
Well, you have to take a life. But
Take a life, but yeah.
Yeah, so you get to.
But I'm assuming in that deck it's not as big of a deal because it's so fast.
It's so fast. It doesn't even matter. So they get to play these cards for free, and they just get their chain going. And like the 1-drop, there's 2 1-drops. One of the 1-drops plays a Ba from the deck, and Ba searches a card, puts it in your hand. Like, that's wild.
That's nice.
And then the 3 plays the Daddy Paragus from the hand. So all you have to do is have like the 3 in your hand, swap to the 3 for free, and play Daddy Paragus, who also searches a card. I'm like, I said, what's going on? And they're all servants. Well, not all, though. This also, Bandai did a brilliant job here. I noticed it yesterday when we were playing it. The 1-drop is Kid Broly, right? Like, on Planet Vampa eating the Golemites and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not a servant. The 3-drop is Teenage Broly.
Okay.
He is a servant.
Okay.
If you saw the movie,
right,
when he was a teenager, he was under his dad's control again.
Right.
And then the 4-drop is him, like when he meets Chile and Limo. Like, is that like he looks like that? He's still a servant. He's still listening to his dad. He has the collar on. The 5 and the 6 are not servants because he's Super Saiyan Broly. So
very nice, Bandai.
So I was like, that's very good thematically. Actually, I was super impressed. The Broly, so the Broly's that have servant, you can use the Overlord Paragus that you play for free to get rid of them to draw a card. I don't know why I would ever do that, but you can.
But you can, yeah.
I was like, in my head, I said, that doesn't make any sense. But then I thought about it, I said, well, what if I need to draw a card? There you go. I'm drawing a card. So I feel
like that's like the adjustable wrench. Like you never really want to use the adjustable wrench because you got to like push your thumb up and like hold your thumb there. You just want the size, but it's there.
Yeah, just in case. If the time calls for it, it's going to happen.
And you need to adjust.
Mm-hmm. I say, and the leader just has crit the whole time. And it's a 20K on the back. It's a 20K crit leader that draws a card.
That's nice.
And if you ever kill one of the Broly's when they're on the backside, they just play the 4-drop for free.
Yeah, that's nice.
I said,
I like that.
Oh, and the Broly cards take cards up. All the Broly's are foreseeing hit.
Yeah.
They don't get to look in your hand and take
thing.
it, but like when you play them, you have to warp a card from your hand.
Huh.
And then they also add a marker to the Unison. The Unison in that deck sucks. I don't like it. But I understand why they play it, though. It's the Kale. When you play it, look at top 3, add a red Saiyan to your hand, and then whenever you swap once per turn, put a marker on it, and it only has a -7 effect. But that -7 effect is broken if you get there, so your opponent just needs to make sure they're like mindful of it. But it's like -15, their leader for the turn, and play a 5-drop Broly. So I think that deck is I think it's broken.
Okay.
Like at least the synergy of obviously a format can warp around that deck and make it not broken for sure.
But it's playable for sure.
It's playable and it's also it could be a mistake.
Could be a top deck.
It's very dangerous.
Okay, cool. Well, there you go. So, yeah, off topic a little bit, but yeah, anything else you want to talk about with the 1K aside from the miserable parts of it? Any good news from the 1K? I
mean, I had fun with my friends who were there. It was nice seeing everybody, man. COVID sucks, so it was definitely cool going out, seeing Sam, Amani, and everybody, Miguel. So hey, I played on stream. That was cool. It was a draw, but
wasn't a loss.
Was not a loss. And mind you, I play lightning fast. If you go watch that stream, you'll be like, "Dang, he's playing bowling."
How many draws do you have in tournaments?
Before this event, I had 1 draw. 1. I go to a lot of events. And my draw was with Jordan Markle. Love Jordan.
Yeah.
Notorious slow player, though. Love Jordan, though. That's my guy. He'll be up here, actually, soon on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get Jordan on here.
that my only draw was Shinra versus Toa, which we had a draw. Cool. That's no big deal. And that makes sense. People were drawing in that format, actually, that deck versus that deck. That was a very common thing to happen. But one draw ever, though. Like, come on. And now I just added 2 to my count. I don't like it. But, it is what it is.
Right. Well, nothing we can do, but at least we know that
there's something we can do. I say we can never go back again.
Yeah, right. It's not worth the trip. All right. Well, at least the team did, overall pretty good,
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you playing Chris, you probably both would have topped.
Yeah, I think I would have. The other 102s, I could have beat.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. It was literally blue decks, none of the green decks. I said, sign me up.
Yeah, you're in there. Yeah.
So I was like, that's what I wanted. But, I didn't get there, so hey.
It happens. All right. Well, we'll start wrapping this up with our last segments here. We always end. One of the last things we talk about is we're going to name the segment, I think. I don't even know if we'll name it yet. I'll run it by Mike right now live. Results of training.
Ooh, that's a throwback to set 1. I like that, actually.
Yeah, right? Results of training, all of our play testing. Yeah.
I like that. We can do that.
I'm getting a voice actor to do, like, actual segment lines, too, for us.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We're
on the come up.
I like that.
So, playtesting this week. I guess we kind of already went into that talking about the Red Broly stuff, but for me, I'm still on Green Frieza, and I don't know why.
Shawn been playing that deck all week with me.
Yeah.
It's a cool deck. That deck's cool though, man.
It's fun.
I think that
I don't know.
All you gotta do is get your Dark Broly unison, and you're rolling next set with it.
I have no new impressions to give. It's the same deck, same thing every time. I have made some changes to it. I'm messing around. I took out one of the 3-drop Ginyus, actually.
Yeah.
It was clogging my hand a little too much, and there were times where I really needed a negate, and I'm like, I don't have the 1 energy because I used it to put this damn Dodoria in my hand for the 15th time. So I dropped 1 and put in 1 Shocking Death Ball just to have a Sparking negate, and then I put in
can't go wrong with that.
1 of the green drop negate.
Oh, yeah. For the Greater Good, underrated card. I love that card.
Yeah. So I'm just playing them as one-ofs.
I think that's a good one-of.
Yeah, I was originally going to do 2 Shockings, and then I was like,
You gotta play For the Greater Good. If I'm playing Zarbon and
You
Cooler,
said 4?
No, I'm saying the name of the card is For the Greater
Oh,
Good.
right.
You gotta play one of it. Because if I'm playing Zarbon and Cooler, I'm discarding cards from my hand. I want that. That card's great. Even if you had to use it on turn 1 to blow up a 1-drop, I like it. I don't know. I've always liked that card. I got some stamped ones, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it was just because I have the Judge Shocking Death Balls. I really wanted to play both. I only have 2, so I always want to play both of them together. Feels dirty not doing it.
I think you just side the second one.
That's true. It is sided. It is sided.
Yeah, just side the second one.
I don't want him to get jealous. But yeah, no. I don't think there's any real new updates for me from testing. It's just the same deck that I've been playing.
I've been playing Surge Cell all week because I finally saw that Cell Dark Parasite card, and I was like, man, because I sold all of them when I bought my original cases for set 10 because I never played this deck. Yeah, I was like, let me look at this card. I looked at it, I said, oh, this card is a +2.
It is.
I said, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing that all week. Not like the traditional way that everybody plays it. I've been playing like Raider Warcry, a little bit of aggressiveness. And I still play like hand control aspect because you just have to. It's a green deck. But I definitely do like how you can go Frieza on their turn and then Warcry like on the attack. Rest their card, draw a card, and then just the following turn play the Cell off of that.
Yeah, that was when we play tested earlier. That when I lost, that was like your exact line.
Yeah, I see that.
It felt terrible.
Oh, that's a pretty good play. I was like, because the Warcry is probably going to hit on the crackback. You just combo up on it, and then you play the Cell. Hey man, they're at 3. That Cell is slept on. Successor Cell.
The problem with the deck is hand size.
Hand size and early aggression.
Early game. Because even the game that I lost, I said, as soon as we hit turn 4, I was like, I lost. Because I'm in no position to win. You didn't let me awaken. So when I can't awaken and you hit turn 4, most decks are probably losing to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just getting there. The more aggressive do you think with what you're playing now, are you going to struggle with the more aggressive decks of the format?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to play this deck when set 11 comes.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm all in on SS4 Vegeta. Like,
Yeah, this is just your little in between.
Just a little in between, trying to have fun. I like to mess with decks. I don't keep them together long, but I like to mess with some things.
I really liked Scott Dashy's Golden Frieza list. I don't know.
Oh
if you
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
it looks fun.
I want to test it out.
Me too, actually. That's funny because I wanted to play that today when we were playing earlier, and I just had no time. I was actually messing with this podcast stuff, which, by the way, hopefully we sound better if we got any repeat listeners. We got some big upgrades to the equipment. It turns out both of us really enjoy this, and the team's also interested in coming on. So next week we're gonna have Shawn from the team in here.
That's a real treat right there. I say tune in if you're like, it's okay. This podcast, I want to learn a little bit more from him.
Yeah, which is probably very fair.
We're bringing Shawn. So.
Shawn, we heard the feedback that we did not hear, and Shawn's coming. So don't worry. Shawn's
coming. Yeah, he's a real funny guy, So it'll be cool to be up here next week with him. We'll be talking about top 5 cards, pre-release, and I'm
all set
opening
11 stuff.
All set 11 stuff next week, And I'm opening my case hopefully on Thursday, maybe Friday.
Nice.
Keep that on the hush, guys. But I'm opening this case. I can tell you guys the ratios and everything, So look forward to next week's podcast.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that is most of what we have. We'll wrap up with, I think I'm going to call this segment, well, I'll drop another name for you that I'm thinking of. Something to do with Monaka. So, like, it's going to be like our mailbag. Like, people leave reviews, comments. So I'm thinking, like, maybe it's like Monaka's, like, delivery service or, I don't know, because he's a delivery guy.
Yeah, he is a delivery guy. I like that.
Yeah, so something with Monaka. But so shout out on Reddit to Dongle the Don. He said, gotta say, for a first time doing a podcast, y'all were entertaining and informative, subscribed, and excited to hear more. Good shit, gents.
I like that.
He also called you out, Mike, for the Patreon.
All right.
He said he's waiting for it.
Haven't started working on it, guys. Maybe if I win the Set 11 case tournament here, it will be a review of my SS4 Vegeta deck.
I do remember you saying that for the last case tournament, though.
I did. I split. I did make top cut, and I split my deck profile.
No, I meant for the Patreon.
Oh, yeah. I should have played it out all the way, right? But it was so many homies in top 8, man. I was like, the homies don't want to play. I was like, sure, I don't.
I am pretty sad that I didn't play in that.
That's it. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm not the guy who's going to stop a split amongst friends. That's not me. Some people are greedy like that. They're like, I'm not splitting. Me? I didn't bought a case already. I have all the cards. I really just playing for the competition and the love of the game.
It's about having fun.
Yeah.
If you play this game for money, you're in the wrong game.
You shouldn't play this game for money.
No.
You should buy this game for monty.
Unless you're Jordan Markle. He's made actually like 15 grand, I think he said the other day.
Yeah, he's killing it. Like Scott Dashy, he gave me his totals. Ryan Sever. There's some guys who've made some real killings in this game.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to be honest with you. I've probably made a killing of like beating the crap out of my locals.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I appreciate them coming out playing with me. I don't win every time. I'm not even going to act like I win every time. But I have long stints of just winning every time.
Yeah.
And so, it's one of those things where it's like, if you win enough locally and in big events, you can make money, sure. But I'm not.
I'm definitely, of all the money I spent, I'm definitely plus on this game.
I would say, like, tournament entries and buying decks, I have to be plus. There's no way.
Yeah.
I will never forget this glorious summer day last summer. It was probably I'm rambling, but it was glorious. I played on Sunday.
We're like an hour in. Mike's like, so there was a summer day. It was 2014.
Oh, man. It was nuts, though, man. We were playing. It was a set 7 format. I was playing. What was I playing? I think I was playing Shinron this tournament. I love Shinron, which that's my deck. But I decided not to go to this cookout. I'm
so happy you're off that for now.
As soon as they make it playable again, I'm back. But I had this cookout I had to go to. The boss of Comic Kings, he was like, "Hey man, come to my house for this cookout." Blah blah blah. I was like, "All right, I'll be out there." And he goes, "Okay." He texted me, "Where you at?" I was like, "Oh man, I'm at the shop playing." He said, "All right, come through afterwards." I said, "Okay, cool." I play. I open 26 packs. I pull 2 sign cards and an SCR.
Woo!
This is the most insane shit. I said, Zamasu. It was a Zamasu, Goku Black, Kefla, a signed Trunks, and a signed Vegito.
Wow.
I said,
that's pretty good.
Jesus loves me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. That was so, at that time, the sign cards were down in money, but the SCR was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is nuts. And now the sign cards are worth a lot of money.
Insane amounts of money.
So, hey, man, that day was glorious. So you can definitely cash in on some locals.
Yeah. Anyways, also shout out to, I love this username, D's with about 41s afterwards. He left a review for our podcast, so shout out. You are the first person to leave a review. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
And he said DBS needs more podcasts like this with an exclamation point.
Okay. Say, well, we're going to bring you one every week. So.
Yep. Every week. I'm thinking Fridays are going to be the day I'm going to try and post. It was Monday last time. Today it's Friday. I don't know. If you guys have a day that you would like to see us post them,
leave us some feedback.
Let us know. Yeah, leave us some feedback and let us know what you want to talk about. Next week we said set 11. I want to do we're going to do a show sometime about like buying cards, just like the market in general, because a lot of people don't know how to do it right. Mm-hmm. And I think that'll help. A lot of people complain about the prices, which I get, but there's ways to be smart to work that market to make sure you get what you need. So we can talk about that and whatever other ideas you have for us, definitely let us know. Anything else, Mike?
See you next week, guys.
I got the real one problem on my back every day. I got the shit this way to try whatever way. You got the big boy problem, go to school every day. You got the break come back to do whatever they say. I got the real one problem on my back every day.